the square that I came to in Hereford. Was immediately attacked by the police over there. The kind manager and cafe Extra Black gave me some water, and then there was husband and husband over there. I told the Mexican guy what was going on, even though he was a gay guy. He's like, I totally believe it. I said, I actually believe everything Trump and Putin are saying. He's like, I actually believe it too. And that was a Mexican gay guy. So then I come down here, yeah, and I go to the Hereford Library, and I'm trying to type up all the notes that I got put in fucking prison for. And the Hereford Library cut the electricity to the computer, and 5 hours worth of it. It's not a network of hate though, but everyone's walking around in Germany like they're the fucking baddest thing in the world. Let's attack any vulnerable people possible, and it's not just Germans. It's absolutely everyone. Considering I went out of my way to help everyone my whole life and got subjected to this fucking shit. And now they broke into my apartment. So that's 7 Airbnbs the police have broken into. About over 90 hostels and hotels all across Europe. And you're talking about a Brussels terrorist attack, you fucking crazy bastards. I've had a guy from Jacksonville, Florida with me for 48 hours, and he's like, it's too dangerous for you here, you gotta get out. And that's the whole goddamn problem. Once that thing happened in Canada and the SNP Nazis blocked me from getting into America, man, the Germans' eyes lit up and like, wow, we got a freebie to torture. And then fucking the amount of people that have attacked me, it's been the most cowardly, evil, perverse, twisted, and they want to break you as a man. And then point to America as the murder count, while they actually enjoy torturing you here. They physically enjoy it. They actually love it. The police. So I came down here. Yes, I'm coming all this way. Why? Because Sven Peters, who knew I was being tortured in the Siegburg prison for nothing. They'll do anything to you in Germany. Cut your fucking balls off and throw you in the river. Yeah? As soon as you say any Germans committed a crime, it's this complete Cold War. Sven Peters, who is here, got one of the prisoners for me to sign documents. This is the library I was in, where they cut all the power. Stadtbibliothek in Hereford. So yet another town I've never been to before, right? Come through the woods. Oh, and by the way, what does that say? Free Wi-Fi, right? Free Wi-Fi. Well, not for me. Even went with the Jacksonville guy all over Bielefeld. He's like, this is the first time I can't actually get Wi-Fi anywhere. We went to the bathroom. These feminazi freaks who thinks it's hilarious that they can fucking jerk around what was classed as a goddamn stud, and yet I tried to help everybody. I was well dressed, and I worked my whole life, everything I got, and they think it's hilarious that they have this control over me, and you have all these perverted politicians doing all this, and essentially Trump and Putin is probably the only ones that can get me out of this. I would even go as far as Benjamin Netanyahu, because there's no doubt in my mind, one of his Jewish people, an absolute psychopath, and it's an absolute atrocity. If the Jewish people are who they say they are, and they're all for peace, not war, you need to stop this, get these switches out my goddamn body, and you should put your own person in jail. I understand you protect their own Jewish and all this kind of stuff based on 5 million people getting killed here. But you're actually paying off Nazis to attack me to protect a Jewish criminal doctor? Really? And I've not been tortured in Germany for four years. So you actually have Jewish people killing British people and paying off Nazis to kill British people when we helped you saving. I mean, what the hell is going on? And then Black Lives Matter is essentially taking money from just about anyone to kill just about anything. And did I not support all the minorities when I was younger? And it's like, man, we got flesh blood. This guy's a strong brother, so let's put a chip in his leg in a Tobico, just in case he has the actual strength to get out of it. So any bus I get on, any tram, doesn't even matter, anywhere in Europe, let's get him. He's got no defense, and the French police will stand and laugh and applaud. The police are actually paying for it. And then you watch this garbage in Brussels about some nonsense terrorist attack. These are the terrorist attacks. And an 18-year-old American in 24 hours can realize how disturbed it is. Yeah, but no German, no. What? Connected crime against you? The whole world against you? But we don't have computers or anything. SAP? What's SAP? I don't know. Handy? What's a handy? And they have... Considering I started posting about LGTB, and the only iPad that I have, they break the part of the iPad that is in order to upload videos. You have some lunatic pedophile at 100 Ackerstrasse in the Dusseldorf church connecting with other couch surfers. So why is it any other couch surfer that's attacked me has been a social worker in Trier, government worker? The guy who stole my SAP laptop works in Luxembourg where I was attacked and knows the social worker. And his friends were all nurses where I got attacked in the hospitals. And then in Cologne, a nurse attacked me. They actually was sleeping in the bed, and it was so perverse. They put glass and everything at the side of my bed, so when I stood up, I stood on glass. Then attacked me, stole all my evidence. Bastian Schmidt, who's actually treating me like a slave, but we're helping you. We stole all your clothes, but we're going to give you all the clothes out of the garbage can because we're an alternative kind of country. Coordinated with Ulrich Hanseruk, who has some Italian guy locked in there and is sexually abusing him, stole all my clothes. And the SAP are laughing at this because they're like, man, once we get actually someone who's extremely gifted, boy, and we start doing all this independence crap, and then we get to sell someone like that, and then we get all the girls from all over the world to come here and pretend we're him, and we get all the girls and we torture him to death. It's fucking hilarious. So I'm on my way to Sven, what the hell is his name? Sven Peters, who sent, 7 documents to me in Sigborg prison in Guantanamo Bay. Oh, and I gotta give a shout out to Herr Schinken, because he wants to be known as the worst Nazi in the world. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I mean, he tortured me really fucking pretty good, so there you go. And he said it's all connected to Merkel. I didn't say that. It goes through Frau Klein, some feminist freak pedophile called Frau Klein, Dr. Isa, who works in Sigborg Hospital, which I've been to before, and they try and destroy your mind. Insomnia, psychology, pedophilia, gay, LGTB, and the Black Lives Matter don't give a fuck. They're just waiting to creep up, get more and more power. They don't care what crime they commit, so it has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter anymore. It's just money, power, and the police are paying for all of it. So I'm now having to try all over Europe. This is the last time I rely on this. But you now have, it's a system of hate. You actually have couch surfers saying you won't escape the killing German system. And in that apartment that I was in Aachen, there was a black guy, a Dutch guy, and 3 German guys. And they all laughed when I said it. So what exact kind of society are you creating? We're all going to pretend like nothing's going on and Germany is now some angel. They're killing people all over the place. And the police I hear, I mean, it's just unbelievable. So Alex, who took me to Ulmen outside Bielefeld, knew that all my passwords and I needed to upload all the evidence. And this is not the first time, right? If it happens once, if it happens over 4 years, they cut your Wi-Fi, they make all these gay, weird, pedophile innuendos, and these guys are in their mid-20s. They work for Telecom, yeah, which is a telecommunications for SAP, and the more I say all this, the more they think I'm imprisoning myself. It is really sick to see any kind of human being do this, and then I'm in Ollie's house. Now, bearing in mind, I just come out and been tortured from Sigborg prison for over 2 months, and the only reason I survived was the prisoners. And then he's lecturing me on manners about spitting outside his house and said he's going to cut my throat because that's what they do in New Zealand. And I'm coming to this friend Peters, who appears to not exist. His office is there, he won't answer the phone. It is a fucking network of killing crime that you cannot fucking believe. To have the audacity to open a locked door in an Airbnb when you have a young American kid, 18 years old, trying out for one of the Bundesliga teams, and you still have the audacity to come in the Airbnb room and break the iPad that you already broke so I can't upload anything and steal another terabyte of information. They can do anything to you in one. And I guarantee you, when even less people start talking about the refugee crisis, they'll get all killed, more buildings will go up, and then they'll do another refugee crisis. There'll be another country that becomes some kind of terrorist. And the SNP, or Scotland as I would say, is probably the worst terrorist organization in the world, and they hide behind that flag, knowing that they got the most powerful flag in the world, and pretend to be the brave heart all over the place, and essentially they're the most cowardly fuckers you'll ever meet in the world. It's absolutely disgusting. And they got the whole world attacking one people. It's one thing to do it, and they're loving it. So every single lawyer, every single doctor, I'll be honest with you, Dusseldorf, Cologne, Essen, Bonn, Northwest-Rhine, it's one of the most criminal areas I've ever been in my life. It's 24/7 terror. It's just unbelievable.